Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to the channel. Today is day 35 of Upskilling myself, and today I solved 3 DSA problems as well as recorded some pending YouTube videos that I've been dealing for the past 2-3 days. And yeah, so let's see the DSA problems. So the first problem was factorial trailing zeros. So we've been given a number, let's say 3. So let's take an example of a number which has trailing zeros. So let's say 5 factorial, which is 120. So 120 has one trailing zero, right? So we have to return 1 in this case, in the case of 5. Over here, 3 factorial is 6 and it does not have any trailing zeros, so we return 0. Okay, so if you notice a thing that if you multiply 5 with 2, you get a 0, right? So if the number is greater than 2 and if the number has 5 in it, then we'll be getting 0 sure shot, right? So we are counting the same thing. We set the count as 0. Then while n is greater than or equals to 5, we have to make sure that n is greater than 5. So n will be n by 5 and count will be incremented, right? So we have to find the number of 5's in the number and then we have to increment the count and then we have to return the count, and that's the answer. The second problem was find first and the last position of element in sorted array, and we use binary search for it. So what we do is we just use normal binary search, but the thing is that when we get the target, you see when we get the target, then also we try to decrement the end in the case for the first position. Because if you see over here, if we get the target, let's say 7, so we don't want to return 7 this position. We want to return this position over here because we want the first position, right? So even in the case when we get the target, we have to reduce the end, okay, and vice versa for the last position. And the rest of the code is like the simple binary search. The final problem was kth largest element in an array. So you have to find the second largest element in this array, and if you see the second largest element is 5 and the first one is 6. Okay, so you have to return 5. So to solve it, we can use heap, and to implement heap into C++, we can also use priority queue. Okay, so we define priority queue and it will be a min heap. So to define a min heap, we have to pass these parameters over here. For a max heap, we just pass int in the priority queue and it works. Okay. So first of all, we push k elements into the min heap. So if you see, the heap should only contain 2 elements. This will be the minimum of the maximum, which means this is the maximum element and this is the second maximum, right? So we push k elements into the min heap, then we process the rest elements. So we push the rest elements into the min heap, and let's say if the min heap is like 3 and 2, then we push 1. So 1 will be over here, then we'll pop from the min heap. So 1 will be gone, then we see 5. 5 is inserted over here. The min heap will transform to 2, 3 and 5. 2 will be popped, it will be 3 and 5. Then we push 6, it will be 3, 5 and 6. 3 will be popped and we put 4, so it will be 4, 5, 6 and 4 will be popped. This will be the min heap and we have to return the top of the min heap, and we do the same. Okay. And for the development part, I did some internship work and I recorded the YouTube videos that were pending, and I did the revision of all the DSA problems that I solved till now. So thank you guys for watching and see you on day 36.